Hello and thank you for tuning in to today's online edition of OU Nightly. I'm Sam Brown, coming to you from my apartment in Norman, Oklahoma. While we are out of the studios due to the COVID-19 outbreak, we are still dedicated to bringing you this newscast. And we begin today with breaking news out of the Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders has announced that he is dropping out of the presidential race. This makes it likely that former Vice President Joe Biden will be the likely Democratic nominee for the 2020 election in November.
While this campaign is coming to an end, our movement is not. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. reminded us that, quote, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice," end quote. The fight for justice is what our campaign has been about.
The Democratic contest ends now as the nation continues to grapple with the coronavirus pandemic. The health crisis halted in-person campaigning for both Sanders and Biden and caused several states to delay their primary elections. Now let's shift here to Oklahoma. The state's Department of Health released the updated numbers for COVID-19 in the state today. As of this morning, there are 1,524 positive cases of coronavirus in the Sooner State, a 4% increase from Tuesday. 79 Oklahomans have died from COVID-19. That number is up 18% in the last 24 hours. Governor Kevin Stitt issued an executive order today providing that any first responder who works for the state agencies will be given paid time off if they contract COVID-19. The executive order also provides a way for recent medical field graduates to step in to help even if they are not yet licensed, and it will help reopen any closed healthcare facilities that are needed. A rather odd scene at the state capitol this morning, as today marks the first day to file for candidacy for state office in the 2020 election. Representatives and senators running for re-election posted photos of themselves outside the capitol today, many wearing masks. Rather than to go inside the capitol, a tent was set up for drive-through registration. Candidates have until the end of the week to file for office. OU Fine Arts costume shop personnel are working to make cloth masks for OU police officers and OU medicine. In an effort to preserve the state's supply of personal protective equipment for frontline healthcare workers, OU University Theater, Helmerich School of Drama, and Weizenhofer Family College of Fine Arts personnel are making more than 1,000 face masks for OU police officers for their normal daily interactions and for patients visiting OU Medical Center. Now to our friends south of the Red River, the state of Texas is reporting 9,353 positive cases of COVID-19, a 13% increase over the last 24 hours. As of today, the Lone Star State reported 177 deaths due to coronavirus. The counties with the most cases are Harris County, where the city of Houston is located with just over 2,000 cases, and Dallas County with around 1,200 cases. In addition to fighting the virus, American citizens are also feeling the impacts of many businesses closing. Unemployment numbers continue a staggering increase here in the U.S. As of today, there are about 10 million Americans that have filed for unemployment. Many of those workers are from closed restaurants and shops. Large athletic retail chains like Dick's Sporting Goods said they are not only feeling the effect of the businesses closing, but also of so many sports events being canceled or postponed. The big box retailer says it is furloughing most of its 40,000 employees effective Sunday. While workers will continue to receive their benefits, Dick's said in a regulatory filing that its 800 stores won't reopen anytime soon. The athletic goods retailer is still filling online orders and offering curbside pickup. As the fight against COVID-19 continues in some of the country's hardest hit areas, additional space is needed for makeshift hospitals. Tonight we know that Manhattan's Cathedral of St. John the Divine is being converted into a field hospital. Now this comes as New York's medical facilities operate under the massive patient load brought in the last few days. Cathedral staff said in a statement they will provide the massive sanctuary space for hospital beds and urgent medical care. Mount Sinai Hospital also released a statement saying that Samaritan's Purse and Mount Sinai Health System are working to set up a respiratory care unit at the cathedral. Music fans around the world are mourning the loss of Grammy-winning musician John Prine. He lost his battle with COVID-19 last night. The influential singer-songwriter was hospitalized with the disease in late March and put on a ventilator last Saturday night. He enjoyed a nearly 50-year-long career playing a blend of country and folk music, and his songs were covered by artists including Johnny Cash, Bonnie Raitt, and John Denver. Prine survived a bout of cancer in his neck in the late 90s and lung cancer in 2013. He was 73 years old.
Hey everybody, I'm Marissa Nuzzo and I'm here with a look at your weather. The temperature outside is absolutely gorgeous, 70s and 80s for most of the state. And it's a little bit windy too. Those wind gusts in the double digits and those higher wind gusts out towards western Oklahoma and the Panhandle are actually causing an elevated fire risk for the rest of today. So maybe if you live in Elk City or out in the Panhandle, let's refrain from the barbecue for just one night, because let's take a look at the 7-day now. We have a lot to unpack. Temperature is going to be in the 60s for most of the rest of the week. Now, that 40% chance of rain and thunderstorms on Saturday could become severe. We are keeping a close eye on it. So, as you're home today is safe place selfie day. Take this time home with the kids. Teach them where to go in the event of a tornado. You want to be in the interior-most room of your house with no windows. And go ahead and tweet that at us or post it on our Facebook page with hashtag SafePlaceSelfie. Although we are all stuck at home, we still want to make sure everyone is ready for severe weather season. Now, things that I want everyone to remember for this forecast is that the fire risk is only in western Oklahoma, and it's only today. Those temperatures are going to be cooling, so you'll be able to give your air conditioner a little bit of a break for the rest of the week, and keep an eye on a severe weather risk as we get closer to Saturday. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your day today because it is absolutely gorgeous.
Hi, I'm Chloe Sparks, delivering your daily dose of sports today, right from my home in Sugar Land, Texas. I know what you might be thinking. Sugar Land? It's just east of Richmond, where OU star wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is actually from. And today, it's his 21st birthday. It's apparent Lamb was born to play football, as he's projected to be in the top 15 picks for the 2020 NFL Draft. In his 3 seasons at OU, he caught 32 TD passes, and in 2018 and in 2019, he went over 1,100 and 1,300 receiving yards. Happy birthday, CD. And speaking of prospects, on this day in 1976, the University of Oklahoma's own Leroy Selmon became the first pick for Tampa Bay. The defensive tackle became a part of the Buccaneers, where he would prove his dominance on a professional field. Oklahoma knew he was special, and now the world could agree. In 1995, he was announced the first Sooner to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now, usually on Wednesdays, we announce the winner of the week, but I want to spread positivity in a time like this. So this Wednesday's winner of the week goes out to NBA player Ben McLemore. Many professional athletes are using their free time in quarantine to go live on Instagram. One of those being Rockets guard McLemore, who surprised one of his biggest fans. And the reaction is priceless.
Oh my God, dude! Oh man, don't cry. Don't cry, dude. Man. Oh my God! Oh man. I made your day. You're like one of my favorite players. I appreciate that, man.
Isn't that sweet? Wrapping up today in sports on that high note, from Sugar Land, Texas, I'm Chloe Sparks. Stay safe.
Thank you, Chloe. Good news for Tiger King fans who are still roaring for some more of that madness. Actor Rob Lowe and American Horror Story creator Ryan Murphy say they are, quote, developing our version of this insane story. Earlier this week, Lowe posted a picture of himself dressed like Joe Maldonado Passage, the star of the Netflix documentary, and the announcement was received with excitement from fellow celebrities like Chris Pratt and Gwyneth Paltrow. For those not familiar with the show, it examines the life of Maldonado Passage, a former big cat keeper known as Joe Exotic. Last year, he was found guilty of paying a hitman to kill his rival Carol Baskin and is currently serving his 22-year sentence. Maldonado Passage claims that Baskin killed her husband and fed his remains to tigers and lions. Baskin denies the accusation and has never been charged. That's going to do it from here at the desk. Thank you for tuning in to today's edition of OU Nightly Online, produced by students across Oklahoma and Texas during this COVID-19 pandemic. Be sure to follow OU Nightly on their social media pages to keep up with more on the coronavirus. And from Norman, Oklahoma, I'm Sam Brown. Good night.